Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Ravens and the Redwoods. All that and more coming up next.
With the eyes of the world watching, it's time for the biggest event of the year, as we're proud to welcome you to the Super Bowl. Tonight, it's a battle for one team to join the greatest to ever play the game, between the Baltimore Ravens and the representatives from the NFC. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 48. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On first down, Jackson. He's got Andrews. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Slot receiver headed left. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle, instead did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Jackson now on 3rd. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they take him down right along the 30.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Well, they're going for it on an option play left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And bringing them out, someone this defense is really going to have to keep an eye on, this mobile QB.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
First snap, and Jones is going to throw. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
That's complete to Valdez-Scantling. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
That one's incomplete over the middle. Looking for the back that time. So it's second down coming up. Again, Jones to the air. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. This is ahead for about 5. Sanusi Kane able to make that stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They just get the play off. That one's up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. That's the end of one here in Super Bowl 59. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to New Orleans right after this. Jason Myers lining up for the field goal try. This is a 50-yard look from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they're on the board.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Jackson throwing here. Gets this to Bateman. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 now. Finds a seam down the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a pickup of 26. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. He'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. All right, here we go, 2nd down. Lamar throwing again. Connects with Bateman.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver could easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Turning to Henry on third. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a third down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Man in motion, out of the slot. They go play fake with Jackson. Morris, he loses the football. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Gets this one to Andrews. And this one does not go far.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Running for it. Here's Henry. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Escapes the pocket. And he'll go down shy the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Flushed out of the pocket, and the ground game works for the touchdown. The Ravens get some late points and the lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens take a 4-point lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. Ball at the 33 for first down. Working from the gun. Here's Jones. That's taken in by Cobb. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Handoff now to the receiver. They cross the 40 on a nice run. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Markers reset. Ball at the 37. On first down, it's Jones to throw. Benson's got it. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And they'll have first down. Working inside the red zone. And the catch is made for the touchdown. The Redwoods take the lead just before halftime. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Redwoods push their lead to 3. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number 1. So we have reached halftime in Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. These two teams have both had to deal with the long halftime to make their adjustments. We're ready to get back to Super Bowl 59. And for the call of the second half from New Orleans, we go back to Kate and Brock.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive in the second half. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up, and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
On target to Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll give him a first down. From the shotgun, it's Jones. Finds him over the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, but it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Walker gets the first and more. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
All set up now for first and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And in for the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Redwoods Redwoods make it a 10-point ball game. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. We see the Ravens making their way out now. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. First and 10 now from the 30. Lamar now from the gun. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Scooped up by the defense. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Another drive coming up for this offense. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. Look at where they start with the football now. Well, that's a modest little drag route. But if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Now an inside give to Walker. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup. That moves them a little bit closer. 3rd and goal coming up.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive. Try to stick them with the loss and make a difficult 4th down decision.
3rd and goal for Jones. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Redwoods grow their lead off the turnover. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And the Redwoods take a 3-possession lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
He's running for it. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Brought down before the return gets far. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Now outruns their offense to take over. They are in great shape here as we wind down this 3rd quarter. They've got a 3-score lead. Another Well, that could put this just too far out of reach. Jones on first down. Buys time, rolling right. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. First down throw by Jones. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. That's the end of 3 in Super Bowl 59. They have the lead and possession, trying to close out a title. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. This is caught inside the 15. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. And he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
Big play sets him up pretty here with 1st and goal from the 5. Again, Jones to the air. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown! The Redwoods put up even more points in a win. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Redwoods make it a 24-point ball game. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First and 10 now from the 30. They motion the tight end over. First down, here's Lamar. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap to Jackson. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. One of the tight ends in motion left. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Completed over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They send him left out of the slot. Now Jackson on third down. Bateman hauls it in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Well, they're going for it on an option play left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
On first down, Jackson. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. So that brings up second down. Throwing again is Lamar. Connects with Bateman. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Ravens trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Third and 4 coming up now. Jackson throwing here. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. Sending the tight end in motion left. Lamar throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Lamar off the play fake. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Jackson yet again. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that makes it second and goal.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
So after the incomplete pass, here's second and goal. Jackson's going to throw again. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered G.O.A.T on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. And again, it's Jackson. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now they're left with 4th and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
He's got it. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Walker hauls it in. And he's tackled for a short gain. And all that work is rewarded. They're your new Super Bowl champions. The commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell, making an appearance now to present the Lombardi Trophy to this incredible group, your champions of Super Bowl 59. So that's a wrap on another incredible year of NFL coverage here on EA Sports. It was a memorable and very fun first year in the booth for myself and my partner in crime here, Mr. Brock Heward. Until next season, I'm Kate Scott. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and good night from New Orleans.